Lito and Edna were employees of a forwarding company. One day, a letter was received by their employer complaining that Lito and Edna connived to defraud them of their freight costs. The company conducted an internal audit and found that the freight costs were padded, and they also discovered that there were receipts that were tampered. The next day, Lito and Edna were placed under preventive suspension, which was even extended. After undergoing such suspension, after the preventive, they were no longer allowed to return to work and faced a criminal case for falsification of company documents. Was there any right violated in this case? From the recitals of the facts, it appears that Lito and Edna were illegally dismissed by their employers because they were not afforded the requisite 2-notice rule and administrative due process. What is administrative due process? Administrative due process must follow the cardinal requirements as enunciated in the landmark case of the Supreme Court. These are, first, the right to a hearing, including the right to present one's own case and submit evidence in support thereof. When we say that you have a right to a hearing, it does not necessarily mean that a hearing formally conducted be made. It can also be in the form of allowing a person to explain himself or herself through a letter. Second, the tribunal must consider the evidence presented. Third, the decision must have something to support itself. Fourth, the evidence must be substantial, not based on mere hearsay. Fifth, the decision must be rendered on the evidence presented at the hearing or at least contained in the record and disclosed to the parties affected. Sixth, the tribunal must act on its own independent consideration of the law and facts of the controversy and not simply accept the views of a subordinate in arriving at a decision. And the most important thing of all, of course, is that the decision must be rendered in such a manner that the parties can know the issues involved and the reason for the decision rendered. Do email us your questions at ptv4newscenter@gmail.com. This is Attorney JJ Jimeno Atienza for the Rule of Law.